just woke up from my dirt nap.
Thanks, Billy. Let's start our tour with this beautiful double page by William Giovanni from Red Sonja, number 36. Moving down, here's one of many displays of books and CDs and DVDs having to do with pirates. A couple of my favorite bookends, though. That beautiful black metal pirate ship. Here's my pirate character collection, one of them. Nice bronze, painted bronze in the background. But these small figures, including this redhead, are my pride and joy. Here's a little bit more. This is a pirate ship, fully outfitted with all the necessary accoutrement and full of action going on. This is my collection of DVDs of pirate movies. You name it, I've probably got it somewhere on DVD. Up on top of this, a really rare set of figures from the 1939 World's Fair. These are the Treasure Island Pirates, hand-painted for me by my friend Will Leary of Glory Guys. Another display, this is of some books that have to do with pirates. You'll find stories with pirates in almost anything. Below that is my display of Jean Lafitte, the Patriot Pirate. Here we see the Battle of New Orleans. That's Lafitte and his men on the left, standing up against the attack by the British. In the background are some lobby cards and such from a movie from the 1920s called The Eagle of the Sea. That's a lobby card in the background of El Bucanero, or the Buccaneer, from a Mexican version of the film. There's a painted statue of Lafitte, and descending here, we have a Buccaneer lunchbox, and of course it has the thermos inside of it. A Buccaneer's flintlock atop a still from The Last of the Buccaneers with Paul Henreid. And rounding the corner, we come to probably the best known Buccaneer, Yul Brynner. Moving up the case, we come to some magazine covers from the Saturday Evening Post from 1907 and 1909. Above that, we have a double page for Mighty Mouse comic by Nate Butler, and an American Adventure, Lafitte, Pirate Patriot, by Bradford Smith and Dan Heilman. That's a storyboard for an animated film about Lafitte at the Battle of New Orleans. There's a poster from The Eagle of the Sea, that 1926 film about Lafitte. A print of Black Swan Comics. Interesting, the cover has a pirate, but there are no pirate stories in that comic. Here's a couple of my favorite comic book covers. These are both from Piracy, the bottom one by Wally Wood, the top one by Reed Crandall. This is my wall of mostly newspaper stuff. On the right, the Spanish Main. On the left, Strange as It Seems. The Pirate Bold is a song sheet. There is a New York Herald from the year 1910. A couple comic book things. That's Adventure Comics number 49 and Win a Prize Comics number 1, signed by Jack Kirby. That one is. There we have Let's Run Away from the 1920s. That's about a girl who dresses up like a buccaneer. And we have The Katzenjammer Kids by Rudolph Dirks from 1911. There's some original art from Pieces of 8. That's by Montfort Emery. Abby and Slats is Rayborn Van Buren original art. Here we have another Strange as It Seems. That was a feature in the Sunday papers about the Piracy Incorporated. A couple things about the Pirates of Penzance. On the right from 1940s, on the left from the early part of the century. And below that, a Sunday page of Highlights of History, The Buccaneers by J. Carroll Mansfield. Okay, here's another bookcase. On the bottom shelf, you can see some oversized books with stories about pirates, from the Phantom, even Goofy and Mickey Mouse. That's a pirate bank in the front and an antique pistol model in the back. Moving up, we see, let's focus in on the right-hand side first. These are the Marx Warriors of the World Pirates. And I've got them set up burying their treasure while a few of them are fighting and one guy's on the lookout. Now, these are two models They're the exact same model. The Black Falcon is the first one. Then when the movie The Buccaneer came out, the Aurora Company reissued it as the Buccaneer. That's the model in the background. Here we have another pirate ship, along with some DVDs and my collection of VCRs with pirates material in them, and a few interesting booklets here. Let's take a look. This first one is a reprint of an English schoolgirl's picture library, Mary and the Masked Pirate. Underneath that, in its own very neat binder, is my collection of pirates non-sport trading cards. Let's open it up and take a look here. First we have another Reed Crandall Piracy cover print. And we start off with Pirates and Highwaymen from 1926. This is a British cigarette card. They came in cigarette packs. We also have Pirates Treasure from 1930 in there. And then Sea Raiders from 1936. You can see here we have Blackbeard and Captain Kidd, and on the right, Jean Lafitte. That's a near mint Captain Morgan. Then we have Pirates from 1936. These are really kind of interesting. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit and let you have a good look at them. They're in horizontal format. Lots of pirate scenes there. Also from 1936, we have the Jolly Roger card set. Here again, we'll see Captain Kidd along with Henry Morgan and Blackbeard. From 1948, this is Pirates. This is the first one that shows anything to do with the slave trade. But again, on the bottom, we'll also find our good friend Captain Kidd. There he is, right next to Dead Men Tell No Tales. The rest of the book contains Pirates Bold from 1961, Pirates and Buccaneers from 1960, and Buccaneers from 1957, a couple more of those British cigarette papers. We round out the rest of this book with some reprints of Pieces of Eight, a comic strip drawn by Byrne Hogarth, in this case, originally by Montfort Emery and written by Charles Driscoll. Hogarth is probably best known for his work on Tarzan. And here are the final 2 pages of this book, including a pinup of this young lady. Does she look familiar? Yeah, that's right. It's Noel Neill, Lois Lane on the Adventures of Superman. Continuing our tour of this bookcase, we have Jean Lafitte Turtle Soup. Just picked that up recently. And let's see, moving over to the right, we have a very nice little pewter Jean Lafitte privateer. And my collection of Jean Lafitte comic books. Yeah, that's right, I'm a little obsessive. In the background, we have a Jean Lafitte doll. Next shelf up, more books and stuff. These are DVDs as well. Yes, there is a Cisco Kid episode having to do with Jean Lafitte. And over to the right of the bookcase, these are some iron-on transfers. And above that, just the front page of a Batman comic book where he's fighting pirates. Top shelf of this bookcase, again, more books, this time all about Jean Lafitte. A couple really nice bookends there, too. Well, moving over to the window, this is my ship in bottle collection. And a naughty little elf. He likes to play pirate. And the pièce de résistance, my comic book collection having to do with pirates. Here in this closet is every known comic book in English that has anything to do with pirates. Now, I don't have all of the original comic books. Sometimes I also have reprints in book form. That's all for now.
Back anytime. I'll keep